Supersonic Sam here. Today, it's going to be for today. Today, I'm going to be ranking all Sonic games to best to worst. For today, I'm going to show you. We're going to be ranking Sonic games to best to worst. But in the end, we're going to be seeing Frontiers was going to be an S tier or not. So let's get started. First one is Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog was the first game to announce, but it came from every consoles from the Switch. The Switch of its own, they used it during Sonic's Origin collections, but doing on that is opinion, I'll give this in B tier. But the 8-bit version, not quite. The game was literally cursed like it was not literally at all. So I'm gonna give this in D tier, along with Sonic 2 8-bit. Sonic 2 8-bit is like a look familiar, but it's okay with the graphics combined. C tier as well. I mean, the game monitors to be on 1-bit. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, one of the classic games of all time, of all the years I really enjoyed. But that game was a little bit cool, but I never played it before. S tier. The controls are a little bit because of it. Now let's move on to Sega Sonic Heroes. This game was a little bit cool, but it came with the arcade. But it came from Japan. Not at all at once, but a little bit for anything it goes. B tier. Sonic CD, my favorite game of all time. I didn't play this before. When I played it on the iPhone, was like a little bit because of that is opinion. But this game kinda gives me an idea. A tier at best. Sonic Chaos, never played it. But I played a little bit and was not that bad, so C tier at best. Sonic Spinball was a totally okay. This game kinda feels like Mario Party's pinball, like Waluigi's pinball, like from the Mario Kart series, which is a little bit because of it. So I'm gonna put this in B tier or C tier at best. But Sonic 3 and Knuckles as well are both S tiers. These games kinda look like amazing, but I'll give them a triple S tier. Sonic Drift, only because of this game was suck. I'd rather play Sonic Freeriders on a Kinect with Sega All-Stars Racing and All-Stars Racing Transform. It's like a little bit because of it. D tier at worst. But Sonic Triple Trouble kinda feels like the one because of it, but never heard that one before. So, B tier at best. But Knuckles Chaotic was A tier at best. I mean, we can't forget this game. Knuckles Chaotic was like the game like anybody they played it was a little bit because of it. Not at all because of it they make this game better. So Sonic Drift 2, D tier at worst, nothing happens. Didn't get the game material right. But Sonic Libian was a total mid as an S tier. But B tier, I'll take that as a yes. Both Sonic Blast, which is okay, and 3D Blast was a little bit okay, but I kinda enjoyed it, so 3D Blast, Blast on C tier, and 3D Blast in A tier. Sonic the Fighters. What kind of a game that they make like Street Fighter, but they made look like in Mortal Kombat? I mean, I really enjoyed it on the Xbox One, but until that moment, I quit playing it, so I'll get this in S tier instead. But Sonic R, the soundtrack is from Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, the one I really enjoyed. But sometimes I really enjoyed that game. And whatever you played it, it's not even a little bit, so I'll get this in C tier best, or let's just put it in B tier. But Sonic Adventure, easy, a 3D Sonic game, got a voice of Sonic, it had amazing level designs. I played it on the Xbox One and it's like so little bit. So I'll put this in S tier instead, because it was amazing. But Sonic Pocket Adventure, way too glitchy. But the 8-bit was okay, but I'll give it a C tier at best. But Sonic Shuffles, but it kinda looks like the Mario Party ripoff. But it's golden and mid. I'll put this in A tier for that a little bit. For Sonic Adventures 2 was a little bit both stereotype. Nobody likes treasure hunting or mech shooting, but the real running mechanics were trash. They say that because stuff they cannot beat. You can't even control the speed in 06 or Neither in this opinion. I'll put this in A tier because of that for a little bit for anything. But Sonic Advance games are amazing. The Advance 1 is A tier, but Advance 2 and 3 are S tiers. Usually I play this on the 2000 that I played back at 2023 when Baba gave me the Android Game Boy Advance. But I really enjoyed it. But the Advance 1 was a tier at best. But Advance 2 was S tier, with Advance 3 and S tier are both mid. But kindly because it looks. But I really enjoyed the Advance 3. Advance 3 was a great game because I really enjoyed it. I mean, you get to play the characters, the hub worlds, but the best part is they have a little bit because of it. I'll put those in S tiers along. But Sonic Pinball Party and Battle are both B tier at best. But no other option. They made the best game because of it. And Sonic Heroes. Easy S tier, man. But it's kind of amazing that I really enjoyed. I love the game and the materials, the graphics, the controls, and you get to switch teams when you play the final boss battle. So I'll put this in S tier for the greatest Sonic Hero fans, for everyone they play it. Sonic Rush is S tier, but the best part is it has an amazing souvenir when you get to play as Sonic and Blaze. What's really good. Let's talk about the next Sonic spinoff, Shadow the Hedgehog. Literally not bad at all. It's kind of amazing like the Sonic spinoff. Is it S tier or A tier at best? I'll put this in S tier for now on. Next is Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders was the first racing game. Kinda like the ripoff of Sonic Drift 1 and 2. Sonic Riders was one of the best of it. And also when you play as the modded version, which is the DX version and the Tournament Edition. I call it mid. I'll put this in S tier. And guys, let's move on to the next game. Sonic 06. One of the most hated game of all time. People, they play it. It literally was like the 2000 for once. But the people, because of it. Do you think people were buying this stupid game of it? I mean, she kissed a human and I don't like this anymore. So I'll put this in E tier and move on to the next one. And as I thought, Sonic Rivals. The Rivals games were just both B tier at best. But Rivals 1 and 2, A tier at best. I really enjoy that. And next we got Sonic and the Secret Rings and the Black Knight. Sonic and the Secret Rings and the Black Knight bring me back those memories. I never played it before. Like, I never played it. So the Secret Rings is B tier at best, but Black Knight is A tier at best far. I really love these soundtracks like it was. Moving on to Sonic Rush Adventures. Sonic Rush Adventures was one of the greatest games. I never played it before. When you also play to skip cutscenes with Marine the Raccoon in it, we'll put this character in. But not bad for that a little bit. I'll get this in C tier instead. And speaking of which, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity is S tier at best. Those controls, the guest characters, which is you play as Amigo, Knights, Billy Hatcher, yeah. Even from Sonic Riders you play as Ulala, I as well. Yeah, kind of his opinion. But yeah, I'll give this an S tier along. But Sonic Chronicles the Dark Brotherhood game goes hard on you, but it's like an amazing fact. But this game, it's kind of like Final Fantasy RPG game, but it looks familiar to me. But if you guys really like this, I'll put this in C tier to respect. Next is Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed was one of the greatest games of all time. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the scene of Sonic meets Chip when the Werehog transformation was amazing. But I didn't know because this game was amazing. So I'll put this in S tier for mid as well. But Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing in S tier as well. S tier at best. When you play as Sonic and the others, and you play as the guest characters, which is Banjo and Kazooie, and Xbox Avatar and me. I both enjoyed the Xbox 360, the PC, and the Wii. Where you get as DLC as Metal Sonic, but I'll put this in S tier. And skipping on that, Sonic 4. Episode 1 was D tier trash, but Episode 2 or A tier at best. But Sonic Heroes bias aside, I think people are making struggle because they're making a real game of Sonic 4. I'll put Episode 1 in D tier and Episode 2 in A tier. Now it's time for Sonic Freeriders. One of the most sequels I really enjoyed. I really enjoy Sonic Freeriders because I didn't play it before. When I played it before when I was a kid, I really enjoyed it. But the best part is, you play as all characters and you get Super Sonic and Xbox avatars, so I'll put this in S tier for a victory over my calculations. Next is Colors. Sonic Colors, which is apparently the Wii version and the DS version. Both of those the games of for once. The soundtrack obvious for just a little bit. They made it on home console and made up to be. They are counting Secret Rings and Black Knight or Unleashed to make for colors because of it. I didn't see you because they skipped to complain like Shadow the Hedgehog was game like anything. But both of those are S tiers. I both enjoyed the Wii and the DS version was way second opinion amazing. Literally. I enjoy Colors on the Wii, which is on the Wii console, but I really enjoyed the DS version. But the Colors Ultimate I really enjoyed, which is the Xbox One, but instead I have the PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch as well. But now I think we can all agree on Sonic Generations and Generations 3DS. Both of those games they brought back from every era of Sonic. But when it make up to be, but both of those are A tier at best. But speaking of which, let's put Sonic Jump in C tier at best. That game of mobile was app, but I didn't play it before. Next is Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. During on the years of Sonic games of toys and merchandise, somehow I really don't know what can I opinion on one bit for that. But I really enjoyed it. The games and mechanics are a little bit. You play as when you drive the car on land, you drive the boat, or drive as a plane. But I'll give this an S tier as a yes. But Sonic Dash is a mid S tier. Dash is an easy S tier. It's the most favorite Sonic games of all time in the mobiles and the Google or Android. And I really bit enjoyed it. So I'll give this an S tier along. But Lost World is C tier at best with Lost World 3DS. Not at all because they didn't take bite for a little. So I'll put this in D tier. But Sonic Jump Fever, not even played it. So, nobody plays it. But speaking of which, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. It's a little bit because of what they make. Yes. It's just both of those games. The harder they have shattered crystals, but both of those I really enjoy. But I'll make this gameplay let's play, which is Sonic Boom Shatter Crystal and Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. Both of those are S tier at mid. But Fire and Ice is S tier best with Dash 2. Both of those games I really enjoy, but let me tell you something. It's not that bad. So I'll put Dash 2 in A tier, but Fire and Ice A tier as well. But Runners A is B tier at best. But Sonic Runners Adventures, but this game kinda it's like you play on the iPhone and the iPad. Like no seriously at all because of it. If some people think they played it before, but I'll put this in C tier. But Mania is definitely S tier. But this game kinda like Sonic Mania Plus. This game kinda uses like any games like you played it before. You play as Mighty and Ray, but it's official because we put it on B tier at best. But Forces and Forces Speed Battle are both A tier at best. But speaking of which, we got Team Sonic Racing. I enjoyed playing with Otto Malik, Leif, and Tamim when I really enjoyed it. Team Sonic Racing was the best game because, speaking of which, is S tier at best. But I hope they're making a new sequel for Sonic Racing Cross the World. And lastly, because we can't forget about the one bit because of that is opinion. Now it's time for Frontiers, which is Sonic Frontiers. But it's clear in S tier. People will notice. But back to Frontiers, the Supersonic boss battles was so amazing, like Dragon Ball reference and One Piece reference. But S tier is clearly for the win. And let's not forget these games we forgot of the one bit. The modern Sonic Olympic Games series are both S tier. The Olympic Games is S tier at best. The Olympic Winter Games is S tier with the London, the Sochi, the Rio, and Tokyo as well. Let's not forget Sonic Speed Simulator, but it's S tier at best because it's made out of Roblox. And let's not forget Sonic Dream Team. One of the best games is S tier at best. And that was it. Can't forget Sonic Superstars as S tier at best. But all the games were a little bit because of it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And that was it for my first tier list video. Please, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, follow me on anything, and I'll see you guys soon. This is Supersonic Sam signing off. Jana! See you next time!
Here, I get on one piece. All over the people to have a shin and yaもう口が出ないか世界にわからにあった壊すべきねフェイスが今も滅ばす俺たちまで小賢しい一応惑ってくらいや酔えやしない愛さ思い刻まれた暗号パチパチノーリミットここからがワンピース旧世界でもぶっ壊すためにちょうどよく交換それと共軽く磨けビリビリエナジーギア上げろワンピース滅ばす旅人へ次ぐ意味のない戦いはないんだバラバラの文脈が意志を持ちつながれば時の糸が紡ぎ直される俺たちと共に世界変わり続けてる
Thanks for watching! watching, presented by Supersonic Sam.